fashionably late. Fashionably late. What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. So we got a couple of stocks moving today. Let's jump into the watch list. Don't forget to check out that disclaimer if you're now tuning in on the stream. Check out the disclaimer, and we'll jump into the watch list here to kick things off. There's a couple of them. BNZI looking like it'll be my number one stock. LASE potential continuation. WW cheaper stock. And then MNTS. Those are my top stocks today. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, guys, as you're tuning in. But hit that thumbs up. So I'll start off with BNZI and then make my way. So it's up 109% with 8 million shares of volume. So it's definitely an aggressive move to this point. And we got pre-market highs clocking in at 658. Low of the pullback, 470. Gotta check out my daily chart here. Let's see, BNZI. So recently it did push up back in September 20th and September 24th. High points of 750 and 1120. 750 can definitely be a target here. I had 893 as a level. I wonder why. Let's see if I check. Is there anything here that I'm missing? 893. I'm gonna zoom in on these prior days. Doesn't seem to stand out. I mean, we had a halt and then a move up. Yeah, this stock has definitely been strong before. So we'll see if it, hopefully today we get a retest of 750. Would be really nice to see. BNZI definitely looks decent, got good volume, up a good amount. And it looks, as I would say, obvious as of right now. It looks like an obvious mover. So there's the alarm for screen recording. I'm just going to quickly turn that on. LASE yesterday, you know what? I saw that it was halted and I didn't bother. I was thinking maybe I left some money on the table yesterday. But after the morning session, it was such a good session. We didn't quite do our due diligence. I told myself, okay, I'll just reset for the next day. Well, just today, but maybe I might have left some money on the table with LASE on that resumption. The dip and rip candle around the close. I looked at the candlesticks. It looks like we had a good dip. I believe it resumed sideways and then pulled back. So LASE today, let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful move yesterday, all in all. Now price action, I'm not certain of, but if it was smooth, there definitely might have been some good gains to be made here. So today's high is almost right at yesterday's high. So 970 versus 944. And we've pulled back a little bit here. It definitely does look decent. This one does look decent despite the pullback here. 866 for lows. So LASE also, maybe this might be the stock of the day, right? Now the daily chart, we did sell off aggressively from that 1980 level. So we'll have to see if it does want to continue maybe till 10, 11. Honestly, if we could get like 11 out of this would be really nice, but it's possible that it's run its course and it's done, because usually when we sell off like this, there's like 1% chance it gets back to those previous highs. Like, what are the odds we get back to 19? It's not impossible, it's unlikely. So I wouldn't want to spend too much time on this one if it's struggling and having a hard time, especially with BNZI. So WW, just to quickly look at this one, it is up 48% with 34 million shares of volume. Bit of a continuation move as well, as it started off yesterday. We got highs of 190. Low of the pullback here has been around 165. And we're currently right at VWAP. The 200 EMA on the daily is at 248, which does give us a little bit of room to the upside without any major resistance, at least up until that point. So we'll see how this does. Those are my top three. Again, there's also MNTS. This one is a sub $1 stock. High point right now is 69.50. And it seems like it's consolidating in a bit of a tighter pullback here. Low around 63. Some people will probably prefer to watch it this one. All comes down to your preference. But yeah. So, there's about 2 minutes to go. Let's see here. MNTS, I'm looking back here, seeing that we had a couple of candlesticks around August 23rd with high volume. Low point 89.30, high point 204. I'm gonna actually map out the low of that candle. I don't know if this will get up over $1, but if it does, then great. But I think that's pretty reasonable. Can this get up there to 90 cents? Another 30 cents for those people that love the sub $1. 30-cent move, especially if it happens in the first 2 hours or 3 hours, could be pretty good. So MNTS, we'll see how this one does. Into the open, I think it's going to have to be LASE or BNZI. It's a bit of a coin toss. Maybe LASE. So in terms of share size, let's see. BNZI. Make sure to set my size here. LASE, small size to start on everything, just to make sure that we're going to be strong coming into the open. If not, keep it tight. WW, we'll see how that one does. Can keep maybe a couple thousand shares, since it's just at $1.72. Yeah, so with about a minute to go, it's another chance for us to be disciplined. I did a review yesterday, so I don't post the recaps as much anymore in terms of like smaller days, but just know that I did review and there was like a lot of things I could have done better. So looking to implement those things into today's trading session to have the better outcome. Hopefully we can see something half as strong as we had yesterday. I mean, honestly, that would be great. We know the momentum at times can be hit or miss, so hopefully we see some action, and let's trade to the best of our abilities here. Another chance for us to exercise discipline. Yesterday, man. So LASE, watching it into the open here, we're at 950 area. The NZI seems to have more volume. The high there is at 614. $70 was a big level here for LASE. We had to be a little quicker than that. 51. Okay, it's having some trouble. Can we see that bounce back? Oh, it's going lower. LASE, a couple of scratch trades there to start. It better bounce here at 70. I mean, this is quite pullback. Okay, BNZI, which is moving. Switching over. BNCI. And that dip did not bounce. Wow. 50. High, 27. Switching over to BNCI. Yeah, this is the one, isn't it? LASE. The noise. Oh, that's not the best fill. Yeah, this definitely would have been the better one to watch. Well, it was a bit of a coin flip. I'm in a little high here, taking a dip 28. Not bad, not bad, but that was a bit of an extended dip. 5 minute candle, still bullish. And LASC red to green. Looks like it's a late bloomer, perhaps. Damn. I would have loved to have gotten the bid filled there. I like this dip, but you know, I'm in a little higher than I would have wanted to be in. Aiming for 31. The spreads did open up a little bit. I'll try to re-average, but I might miss the trade if it goes immediately. Mother sucker. 52. That's fine. How's the 1 minute candle? If it doesn't bounce here, then it's just gonna go Titanic. The candle's still bullish, so hopefully we do see a move over the level. The 5 minute candle ended decently, not perfect, but decently. LASC looks like it was a mess. BNZI, we did unwind half or so, but
BDCZ.
looks like we're still seeing an extended dip here. Well, hero to zero pretty quickly. Hero to zero. It's just Titanicing. What was the high point here? 59. I should have hit the bids. I could have gotten that one trade in there, but I didn't hit the bid. So I got filled 37. The low of the pullback is 20. You know, I'd rather risk more like 10 cents than 25 cents in that trade. Like 25 cents risk, while I'm still at a 2 to 1. It's just a little too much. In case it does fail miserably, because you got to always account for that type of slippage. LASC in the depths. I'm on the sidelines until something else looks good. Check out a couple of the calls. PDYN. Holo halted. Also, I think pulling up the stock, I could have done a little bit better switching over, because that first pullback at 605, man. If I'm to be able to see that, could have been pretty good. So PDYN, how's this one looking? Hey. Taking a couple cents, PDYN. Can we see over the new highs? Not quite. Low of 24. I didn't see 24 in this current candle, but okay.
WHLR.
Are we holding here?
NISN.
It needs to go. It needs to pull away from 44. And it's a false breakout. Not ideal. I am going to try the breakout trade there. So waiting to see what it does. PDYN. And that was from 50. 31. Man, BNZI, man. Such a sweet move. And then LASC is gonna give a better move, but into minute 3. So you really have to choose the right one to start and then switch away. This 5-minute candle is pretty young. PDYN. Taking dip, going at a couple of cents. I saw 25 on the ask. I don't know what fill I'm gonna get there. Probably not the best fill. Honestly, I wonder if it's worth giving it a chance to curl back up. It might be. Although I'll use smaller size here.
VNA.
Just in case. And this is quite a high fill considering what the ask price was when I bought, which was 11. Like, sometimes, like, if I'm ever surprised of like a fill, it's really because I'm watching at the ask and then I get filled above the ask significantly. But I expect to get high fills, with what I'm doing here, but sometimes it's just pretty outrageous still. All right, it looks like it might be struggling. It's quite the pullback, even below yesterday's levels. All right, let me do a full rotation here. WW, MNTS, MNTS, cheaper stock. Pennyland is back. High of days at 84.32. Right below that level right now. The 5-minute candle does seem strong. There's about a minute and a half. I don't mind loading up if it does something good here. So far, it's a tight pullback.
NISM. NISM.
Oh, there's a new candle now on the 5, so we got to be careful. Too soon. Too soon. 79.60. This dip is going to be a little tricky as there's a new candle on the 5. I really despise being late to these stocks like this. I'm asking myself right now, how much am I willing to risk? Well, I'm not going to get the fill right there. Uh, Sometimes you got to just mark it in, forget the limit orders. Yeah, but I'm asking myself there how much I would want to risk. Bro, that red on the tape just printing, man. I'm like, okay, time to just jump in with a bid. Of course, that exact moment, the red seizes and just greens on the tape.
VMAR.
Trying to buy into weakness there. LASC and BNZI are on life support. Not looking too good. I probably should have chased the dip. It could have made sense. It would have been higher entries, but it could have made sense here. The candle has a minute and 20 seconds. 81.76 is going to be a big level. Is it possible it goes all the way? There's a little bit of churn. I hope I got the fill. Oh, it looks like I got filled in the highs. This is a pretty good stock again, but coming down to just executing. I gotta not get frustrated because, come on. Textbook trades, if we can get the fills here.
WHLR.
I don't like the rejection off the highs. It's pretty aggressive, but it could be worth it. The candle is about to close, so it could make sense. There's a churn here. Is that it? Oh, okay, there's more. 82. I wonder if that bid is now a hidden order. It seems like that could be the case. 49. There's still a bit of a spread here, though. And the order's not as big as it once was, as some of those shares are now filled. Looks like that might have been the case there. You definitely have to be quick with this stock as well because you can miss you can get higher fills. And all three of my limit orders is in the depths. Can we see high of day? This is a little high. What is gonna work? There is sellers here though. 85. Can we push through? Uh, that was maybe too aggressive. Was that like 300,000 shares left? Like 300,000 shares left there.
I is in.
Okay, there it is. Alright, to hell with these breakouts. And I'm giving them a little too much time because of how strong the stock is. You gotta still cut them quickly. It's rejecting. Usually what happens on the rejection though is once it gets over, it's just down, right? So once I do see that we're holding for a couple seconds, I'll give it a shot. But again, gotta keep that stop tighter. HOLO looks like that resumption was a higher resumption. These last couple days have been so interesting. The last like week and a half has been so strange. You definitely can't make mistakes like being too aggressive. Some of these trades are just not worth it if it's just, if the risk is too high. BNZI, LASC, both in the depths. Well, BNZI probably could curl actually. Over 6. It could be worth watching for that like halt up kind of trade. $80, $50, cancel that.
NI is in.
It might start to bounce here. We'll see. I think BNZI might have potential, but maybe later, right? Right now it's any sort of trade that I see, it's gonna be, some sort of low entry and like a really long hold time, but not usually my style of trade. But I do think later and like right here, like this dip right here, like how well can this hold up? BNZI. Can we bounce back over the next 10, 20 minutes? Or is it just going into oblivion? I'm gonna give it an 8-cent stop. It's just not bouncing, brother. All right, MNTS. Yeah, so I mentioned it might start to curl, right? We didn't really pull back below that 80 level. There's been a hidden buyer around 80. Yeah, BNZI is not curling. Stopped out for like a 3-cent loss. That maybe is done.
NI is in. NI is in.
Well, it pays to not hesitate on this big bid here. It's gonna come down. Oh, can we see more selling pressure? There wasn't any immediate bounce back over the level, so it's definitely a little tricky here. Come on, LASC. Talk to us nicely. Can't forget VWAP was up there. Oh wow, it's gonna be quite the trade, LASC here. Even with that small size. It is back below the VWAP, so I want to be careful here. If we don't bounce in this area, looking to cut it. Got about a 10-cent stop here. Alright, looks like it's coming down. Worth the shot. But yeah, back below VWAP, gotta be careful there. Would want the immediate bounce back. If it's showing a little too much stress, then I'm out. Well, at least we're gonna cut the loss in half there, which is not bad. The move up was good, but I had a really small size, just like 1,000 shares. Man, HOLO. Brother. The halt is at 793. Take a couple cents here. Do not take me to the depth. Oh my god, 31. Come on. 4,000 shares may be too aggressive. 31 to lows. And the candle's coming to an end. And I got chopped out on that trade. 82 for high of day. Seems a little messy up there. Still no good. What's it going to be? 94? It's a lot of hesitation here. The halt up is at 809. I'd like to see it get locked in here if possible. $19 for the halt now. 19. False halt. I'm gonna get to cut that fairly tight. It's coming down 65. I'm gonna try again for the bounce. The 5 minute candlestick I think is still pretty bullish, so we'll see if it's able to do anything. Oh, alright, come on. Alright, sizing down. 35 again. Are you kidding me, man? Oh, I took 3 trades and I'm red $1,200 here. Not good. Well, that's gonna be the day. Felt like a decent day here too. The risks of trading showing itself here today. HOLO pulling back. The 5 minute candle. I mean, we were pretty extended, so you can't even be upset. But again, for me, coming late to the stocks, just not really a good thing. I saw this one get halted a while ago, like since like maybe the first 10 minutes of the open. So coming to it now, if it's backside, then you can't be upset. I mean, it gave such a big move already, right? 550 to $8. If it's just too late, then it's too late. All the beautiful dips came and went in the front side move. The first pullback, I thought we had it, but it was still a little too high. I took 4,000 around 48 as it was going up. That was from a pullback at 70. Was it 70 at the time? We ended up going down to 30, and I stopped out going down where, selling where I should have been buying essentially. But we based out and bounced, retested that level, made a new low, so a little hard to predict that we would have went even lower there. I added into this dip, into the last dip, because it's right above my stop, and I'm thinking, maybe it's gonna bounce, but it came down a couple more cents. Like, okay, that's my stop. That's it. BNZI, sadly, we're red. All this is the same story for all three of the stocks I traded today. I'm watching it something else. By the time I'm coming to it, it's like already moving up, and I'm on my heels a little bit, not quite where I would want to be in position, and trying to jump on the train as it's already moving. So LASE, this is the one we chose to watch into the open. It's just selling off here into the first minute, whilst BMZI started to move up. So coming midway throughout this candle here, just a little tough to gain a good bearings to jump in. I hate to be down $1,200 on a day like this. Like, what the heck? This is a day to be green, or at worst case red, $200. But the risk of trading is gonna get us. That's how it feels. It's like a worst case scenario, small red day. Son of a gun. So HOLO halted down. BNCI not looking too good. MNTS This one is pulled back. I think I could have maybe done better in the area around 80 on MNTS where that hidden buyer was. Again, it's coming down to just risk to reward and your level of aggression. We must have bounced from 80 to 82 maybe 5 times, of which I tried maybe twice, but I'm still a little uncertain. And you know, waiting too long for the selling pressure to ease rather than just jump in, and if it flushes down, then oh well, right? Because that way, when you jump in, you get the lower risk entry in terms of the higher fill versus what the support is, right? Not necessarily the chart itself, but whoever was buying up shares there. So jumping in and like doing all the heavy red, knowing okay, the risk might be like 2 cents, but hey, we can get a 2 cent bounce. It's a bit of a one-to-one trade, but because it's bouncing up so steady, it could be worth it over the course of like 4 trades, 3 trades, 2 trades really. Could have done better there. I think the high of day trades that I took, they were a little aggressive, but you can't really be upset when you lose on those entries. One of them was at 85. I bought 85. If I'm to really try to critique the trade, maybe I could have waited for even more green on the tape, like as in the orders coming down faster. But the order at the very top was coming down, so I jumped in, and that was like a couple cents loss, like a cent and a half, 2 cents. So I think I was green $400, maybe lost like 150. And then we tried at 86. It broke 86. We got to 87. It dipped back to 85.80. I jumped in 85.80, thinking, and it stalled out already on the bids, thinking, okay, we're gonna just hold here, retest 87, and then maybe a new high again. That ended up coming down to like 83. So the $400 got obliterated in 2 trades. But again, for even $400 is not a lot for this type of stock and the type of size that we're using. We had 3 areas where we put out limit orders where we just did not get filled. Probably should have just marketed in. Those 3 areas would have been great trades. They all worked out. We just didn't get the entry. And that would have maybe tripled the day, those 3 trades. One 76 to 82, which would have been a massive trade. The other one 77 to 81, and then I forgot what the other one was. And that's just one position, right? Without adding. But it's MNTS. You come a little late to this. I came a little late to this one as well. It's already up there at like 70 something when I pulled it up. I find that I do best when I'm just kind of locked in on one stock from start to finish, but sometimes it's a little tricky, especially if a stock shows some strength and then phases out pretty quickly. HOLO. The good news is that we're net green on this stock a pretty big amount, but not good today. Mentally, I feel fine, of course, but in terms of will we see anything else be strong? I mean, I don't know. It's 10:30. We'll have to see. I could stick around another 40 minutes just to, see if something else comes. An HOLO surprising bounce here. Oh yeah, I can wait, see if something else maybe comes. Small size, damage control. Market, this market, I tell you. You gotta love it. The good, the bad, and the in between. What's today? Wednesday? It's not a bad trade idea to watch this if you're, looking to be more aggressive though. Either it bounces sideways or it flushes down out of the resumption a little bit more and then maybe bounces, which looks like was the case with that bottoming wick. And it's a pretty decent bounce. The low was about 70, from 70 to 38, 68 cents. For anybody that's trading the non-marginable stocks, you have to know that you're going to just have that bit of a headache with your account being restricted, and then you got to call in to get it unrestricted. They say if your account is a margin account and you're above PDT, that they're not charging any good faith violations. It's just that their system needs an updating to not even give you the restriction in the first place. Now, why it's taking more than a few days to get this fixed, I'm not sure. There could be some bigger things at play, but there's no penalty, at least for what I can see. I've had people text me different things, but I can only go off of what I'm experiencing. Tim as well. Once we call in, our account is like good to go in the next 5 minutes. Marcelo has said to me that he's not even going to try at all because he had that situation, so he's not even going to look at these stocks. Chances are that the flag here goes lower as we're on the backside. The charting is broken, and it's like the only way the charting looks good for me is a high of day, which that there's so much distance in between where, let's say it's irrationally strong and it gets up there. There's so much distance in between where we are now and then high of day. If it is to make a move up, I'd like to see it get halted up, like we just go straight into a halt up or something. Then that will provide an entry for me. Other than that, this is no man's land here after this dip and rip out of the resumption. Depending on, there's some variations of the strategies. There's other strategies. Other people might still like it. Of course, short sellers will be loving it, especially if it continues to downtrend. If they are short, but if you are a short seller though, right? Like, where's the entry short going up? We did have this rejection candle a little bit here, 82, but then it crawled right back over 82. If I'm a short seller, where would I have gotten a chance to go short? It didn't really consolidate with a strong resistance, unless maybe a daily level. Like I had 795, which I didn't even check to see if it was still relevant. So with 2,000 shares, I lost about 20 cents per trade here. Was flat before this. So we're at about 1,200 on the day and just taking it easy. I always have this smile on my face because it's like, this market, man. This market, I tell you. So yeah, and this is a good sign that we're in backside, right? More confirmation. Like this flag is gonna go down, right? That's what backside is. It's just weakness. So if you're trading, looking for the trend up, maybe best to be buying extended pullbacks going down, which is essentially what the halt resumption was. But even then, you got to be careful because sometimes we can stall out and then make a new low and then you get chopped out. And there's a new low. So if somebody bought up there at 50 at the half dollar, you got chopped out, right? And it's halting down here. So if it halts down and the resumption, oh, false halt. If it does halt, maybe the resumption and the gap down can be that extended move lower to where we get a bit of a small relief bounce again. False halt, so it's going to bounce from the false halt, so from 25 to 50, but I mean that is pretty difficult to capture any sense there. But so backside, there's definitely opportunities for sure, but you got to be careful. These last 4 days, well, I mean, since last week, really, what's that, like last week, Thursday? The market, man, sometimes, like right now, I'm feeling very calm, but there's like a small part of me that just feels like, I need it. I said this reference a couple times, but I need that bare knuckle boxing match right now. I need a bare knuckle boxing match. Bring the worst guy on the planet right now. Nothing but fist to fist and blow for blow. And maybe this stream will get demonetized for violence. But what I will make sure that I don't do is be aggressive towards the market, because then that would just be silly. Right? At the end of the day, even $1,200 for me is a scratch trade. So if I'm to get, aggressive towards the market out of frustration, you'll start to snowball and then spiral downward. So as usual, we keep it cool, keep it professional, and we wait patiently and look forward to dominating great setups. And I know not to do that because I've done that in the past and it didn't work out every time. And even if it did, it was setting me up to fail the next time. So after being hard of hearing, I had to learn the hard way. Hopefully the chat room was able to do well today. Hopefully those of you on the YouTube stream likewise were able to capture something. The fine line is very fine. All of our watch list stocks have trended lower. BNCI, now HOLO, LASC. This one I didn't really see the move up, but I did know it one because I saw the level 2 going crazy. I looked over. It was getting halted up, I think. But it looks like maybe it was a false halt up. It's hard to say, but The 1 minute candle to make the new high at 895, break of 9. Gets up to 948. And then 10:15. I mean, you just have to be in the right place at the right time here. You're watching this and you take the trade. It looks like the volume was lighter, so I would say maybe the move happened pretty quickly. If you're scaling out, you could have done well, but it's a matter of avoiding taking the dip here, or at least getting caught big. Even if you take the dip and you can keep the stop tight, but if you get caught the entire candle, if it's fast, like if it dropped really quickly, knife down, then maybe you're back at flat after some nice trades going up. BYU. Yesterday, LASC did make a move around maybe 12 p.m., I think, 1 p.m. The NZI, there's a small bounce there, but still backside momentum. WW, like everything kind of looks pretty weak. I think the best thing will be to shut it down and then come back later or tomorrow again. This will be our first red day of the month. Unless a stock comes later in power hour or something to save the day. Ah, man. Mm-mm-mm. Good old day trading. Some people watching the backside dips, HOLO. The pastor is going to shut it down tomorrow again. For those of you who will go till 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient, continue to look for those opportunities that you know and love. If you are living in Florida, stay safe, be careful. Got a lot of crazy hurricanes down there right now. But yeah, let me go to single screen here quickly too. We can show some of the log, and then we'll be out of here. So red $1,200 primarily from HOLO backside. Is this just today? Yeah. So LASC, we started off trying a couple trades, smaller size, just 800 shares. BNZI 650. That move started from 580. Again, I'm just, coming to the show a little late. We did capture a decent trade. Actually, no, what was this? 650. And then we're back in what's this, 630? Oh, hold on, six. Okay, so we bought it lower. It looks like it might have dipped down some more. This was a decent trade. This was a decent trade here. A little bit more size, but it didn't really work out as well. We did make a new low, so I'm in at 30. We had a low of 30, like 27 maybe. And I'm retest buying the double bottom essentially there on the dip. And it did break down to like 15 or 14 or something. I'm like, yeah, time to stop out. My average there maybe like 25 or 26. We're down at like 16, looking at that 10-cent stop. I'm like, okay, maybe time to stop out. But it does bounce back. But it only got up to, was that like 40? And we did sell some. We sold, a good 1,500 up there. But it came down, slippage on the rest, selling around the 20 area. Was that a wrong symbol? BNZI. It's proving some strength here. Hold up. Oh, I didn't get a better fill there, sadly. That would have been nice. MNTS gave a good move. 73 to 78. Back over 80 is definitely interesting. MNTS. It is a little extended off of that bit of an ABCD there, but let's see. I'm definitely interested here. Hopefully it gives a nice sweet pullback. Oh, 82. 83. This 80 area is definitely interesting for sure. Maybe it goes all the way here. Very impressive here. I like the 80 area, but I would have wanted to pull back first. It's gonna go. So from 74 all the way to 88 for a penny stock without a dip. So if it dips, if it starts to dip, are we gonna just see backside? Or are we gonna be able to see some sort of decent pullback? 74 to 88. Wow. The 5 minute candlestick still looks pretty good. And my order is floating in space at 82. Well, and I got a 83.50 fill. Gosh. I don't know what it is sometimes with these platforms. Is it my computer? What's going on? Bro. Gosh. Is it everybody or is it just me? We will prevail regardless of all this nonsense. This is all part of the journey, part of the challenge. Light work. MNTS. What is it going to be? Can we continue? Bro, for me to really get frustrated, it's like I don't even know if it can happen anymore. Now it has to be something new and different. It has to be something new and different. Full cent spread, interesting. Now looked good, but having trouble. There's a spread here. This stock definitely have to watch out for backside whenever it does decide to come. Backside here is going to be brutal. The way how it's like spready. It can drop like 5, 6 cents, you know? which for people, big positions can be pretty catastrophic. We did have the 90 level of resistance. We'll see if it's able to push through. Okay. I'm going to stop out of that particular entry a little soon, but the bounce somewhat delayed. Oh, bit of a hot key error. So let's see. It's 90 for the highs, low of 85 on the last. Oh, 86.30. Bro, that timing there is like crazy. Time 49.31. Bro, we should be seeing 93. Should have been seeing 93 already there. Maybe another delayed move. Oh, come on. Well, okay. Maybe time to shut it down again. We're kind of at a standstill here. At a standstill. At a standstill. One step forward, one step back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shut it down. I don't know, maybe the stock will keep going, but again, the better move is that move from 74 to 90 or whatever it was, 88. Now we're seeing a lot of churn, and if it pulls back too much here, that maybe it's already backside. The candle does have 2 minutes 10 seconds, but if we get like a big shooting star candle here, it's not gonna be great. Well, red day recap. Red day recap, $1,100 coming soon. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna take it easy. If something above $1 comes, you know, we'll see how it goes. It's just a little disappointing that this, like, so much of this move is gonna happen in an area where there's, not really entries. And again, if you guys see the trend here again, coming to something and it's kind of already gone from the initial entry points. We saw it at like 77. We knew 80 was an important area, but it's already too extended for me to be buying 80 per breakout. But in hindsight, it's going to go all the way to 88. But the better entry here, the best entry for what I look for, is this break over VWAP at 74. Right down here. To get into a good rhythm, mini bull flag, and then be able to trade it trending up. If this stock is already trending up and doing well, and the ABCD kind of comes at like a high of day, then I definitely don't mind taking these types of dips. But if it's at low of day, I'd rather be a little bit more careful. And this wasn't quite low of day, but at the time we did pull back a fair amount. It's probably going to bounce at some point, but again, you got to avoid that backside. You don't want to be in there 50,000 size 90 and you know holding here. It could be dangerous. But yeah, take care, stay safe, stay green, hit that thumbs up. Tomorrow again, there'll be a recap today. Any day where we're red or green over 1K, I'll post a recap. All the small churning days, the recaps have went to the depths. And a lot of those days are interesting days. But again, for me, it's to the point where I've done so many recaps. There's a recap for almost every scenario at this point that's already on the channel. But yeah, stay safe, stay green. The pastor signing out. I'll check in the chat room here in the next couple of minutes. Stay safe, stay green.